Hey there, welcome back to my channel. Today I have a different video for you. I received this lovely package today. Let's open it together, shall we? Let's see what's in the bag. These are Roman Szmal watercolors. I placed my order a week ago and I don't even remember the colors that I ordered, and I have never tried them before. I have seen videos of them and many people seem to like them, so I really wanted to try them out. They seem to be highly pigmented and with a beautiful selection of colors that I haven't tried before. So we will do that in this video. I'm just going to organize them a bit so that they look a bit tidier. There. It's a nice selection. I also ordered a box so that I could store them in. The boxes that I currently have with my own watercolors are already filled up. As you can see, this is the standard metal tin for watercolors. Okay, it is unwrapping time. This one here is Gamboge Yellow. This one is called Pshibish Gray. I hope I'm not butchering the name. I have never tried this color before, so I'm excited to give it a go. Now we have Ocean Blue. Next we have Hooker's Green. Autumn Green. And Perylene Green. I'll go into more detail of the colors that I got once I start swatching them. The next 5 colors came in a different type of wrapping. These are Indanthrone Blue, Indigo, Quin Magenta, Caput Mortuum, and Iron Chrome Brown. And now I have to do something about the box, because the palette that came with it, it's sitting a bit too high and it's going to be cumbersome to use. I'm not going to worry fixing the hinges. I am simply going to remove the mixing palette since I don't plan on using it. And now, since the fastener wobbles inside the box, I am going to secure it by simply applying a bit of tape on the backside. Now it should be steady. And now it's time to place my colors inside the box. For now, the order that I'm going to use is the same order that I opened them in. I'm not going to worry too much about it for now, because I first want to swatch them and have a feel for them. Once I've done that, I will decide a better order for them. This has got to be so much fun. Sometimes I think it's even more fun than painting itself. Now, you can't see it in the video because I have edited all that out. But I also wrote the name of the color as well as the number on each of the pans because they weren't included in them. Now I'll get my paper ready. I am using 100% cotton Arches fine grain paper for this. It's now time to swatch these babies. First we have gamboge yellow. As expected, it is a rich, warm yellow. It is more pigmented than I had expected, so that's cool. That's beautiful. We then have sheepish gray. I hope I didn't butcher the name too much. I had never heard of this one, so I think it is unique to Roman Szmal. It is a nice dark gray with a violet hue. This one is ocean blue. Very pigmented and stunning. I think it actually reminds me of Winsor Newton's aqua green. Looks very elegant. Now we have hooker's green, another lovely color. But I have to say it's more yellow than the Winsor and Newton ones that I have. It is a really nice green. It's not as pigmented as the other one, and I can already see that it is granulating. I want to compare it with the color that is painted on the wrapper. And it is actually quite similar, albeit the one on the wrapper is a bit deeper. But I am happy with it. Now this one is autumn green. It is similar to the hooker's green, but lighter. I am comparing it to the color that appears on the wrapper. And comparing first both colors, the autumn green appears to be more yellow on the wrapper than what it is on the paper that I just painted. So I'm guessing it's a matter of how the pigment is going to react to the paper and the amount of water that I have applied. So let's just let it sit there for a bit and see what happens. Now the third green that I got is perylene green. I don't have anything to compare it to, as this is the first one I own. It's quite deep and cool, and it will be perfect for my foggy forest landscapes. And yes, this one is very similar to the color that appears on the wrapper. Now this one is Indanthrone blue. Another first for me. And it's beautiful. It doesn't quite, I'm not getting a deep color like the one on the swatch. And since I have some left over here on the packaging, I'm gonna use that for adding more pigment. I'm having a hard time matching the color of the swatch though. So let's apply a bit more pigment, and yeah, I think it's better now. And it is a beautiful color. And also, if you've been here long enough, you know that blues are my jam. So anything blue makes me happy. Next up, indigo, my favorite color. Huh. This one is actually different than expected. The ones that I have tend to be darker and more pigmented. This one looks more like denim blue, which, come to think of it, I think is achieved by using indigo to dye the fabric, but I'm not sure about this, so please don't quote me. And now we move on to quinacridone magenta. Very punchy color, very bold, very rich, and also beautiful. And yes, it looks exactly like the swatch on the packaging. The last two are new to me. So this one here has a particular name, and it's called Caput Mortuum, which in Latin means deadhead. I had to Google what this color is, and according to Wikipedia, it is also known as cardinal purple, the name given to a purple variety of hematite iron oxide pigment. As you can see, it is highly pigmented. I'm having to add a bit of water so as to let the pigment flow. I can already tell I'm going to have a lot of fun with this. Now this one, in contrast to its other companions, it's not looking very much like the swatch. So the swatch is a bit cooler, and the one that I painted is warmer. It has like a bit more red to it. And last but not least, we have Iron Chrome Brown. This one is also pigmented, not as pigmented as the Caput Mortuum, but it's still a very beautiful color. And one of the best things of it is that it is granulating, which is a feature that I really like from paint. It kind of looks similar to the swatch, so that's good. Okay, so let's try these watercolors by Roman Szmal. I have already put them in the order that I like. So we have the Gamboge Ocean Blue, Quinacridone Magenta, Hooker's Green, Indanthrone Blue, Autumn Green, Perylene Green, Indigo, Pshibish Grey, Iron Chrome Brown, and Caput Mortuum. So the paper is the Arches 100% cotton fine grain. And I've mainly chosen this because of the size. And let's see what we can do with these bad boys. So let's grab our spritzer bottle. I'm not going to spritz my paints because they reactivate really quickly. It's not like the Winsor Newton ones that need to be reactivated a bit earlier, or a bit sooner, sorry. Okay, this should help with the blending of the colors. I'm going to do a first layer. Okay, so I'm going with my Gamboge and applying it in broad strokes. And it is very pigmented because I actually got much more color than what I wanted to apply. That's fine. I'm just going to do a quick wash like this, bringing the color down a bit. Next, I am gonna go with the, can't decide if the Hooker's Green or the Autumn Green. Okay, let's go with the Autumn Green. And as you can see, it is also very pigmented. Wow. And it is so beautiful. The way that it reacts on the paper, the way that it's spreading and it's doing its thing, it gets me every time. That is what I like about watercolors. I mean, when you paint with other mediums, you know, like oil paints and acrylics, it is beautiful as well. Like the effects that you can get are completely different, and you can get amazing things. But I don't think they can do this. The way that it spreads on the paper, and then if it's granulating on top, that's like the cherry on top. And now we're going to pull it out a bit, and here as well. Okay, let's go with a bit of Hooker's Green now. And we're just going to keep on building. It is very similar to the Autumn Green, like I found when I was swatching them. I think I want to add a bit of water. Let's see what happens. Beautiful. And I'm not using any reference photo for this or anything like that. I don't really have a plan. It's what I tend to paint when I just feel like painting something. And now, perylene green. See, I'm using all the greens today. Or is it this one here? I find with this one I have to pick up a bit more pigment. Because I want it to be really saturated. Well, I'm glad I wet the paper beforehand, because that way the paint is able to do its thing. It's able to spread through the paper. And that's how you get these beautiful, unique stains. Okay, next I'm thinking iron chrome. And this one is more pigmented than the perylene. And we're just going to apply it like that, like a blotch. See, that's what's happening with the color. I've applied it on real thick. Now I'm also going to apply a bit of water so that it can spread even more. And this is how the rest of the painting is looking. Generous amount of water, as you can see. Hope you can see. And let's tilt the paper a bit so that the colors can flow into each other. Okay, now most of the color has gone that way, so this one isn't dark anymore, isn't as dark anymore. And I'm just going to grab a bit more and just apply it here. I'm going to remove some of the pigment, so as if there was some light coming through the trees. Okay, I think I'm gonna leave it alone for now. It is very wet. Okay, so we are back. I am back. Okay, so I have a sort of idea of how I'm going to develop this painting. I'm trying not to put too much pressure on myself. Let's go with the autumn green. And this is where I'm seeing things develop. I'm applying very light layers because I want to have an idea of where things are going first. I'm going to apply water. Okay, now I'm gonna apply a bit of hooker's green. I'll grab some perylene green now. Now let's do the, okay, I'll mix some perylene with iron chrome, with a bit of iron chrome. And now I'm gonna grab some iron chrome. And I'm thinking of mixing it with another color, a bit of ocean blue. Okay, this is nice. This is very nice. And now I'm just going to apply it here. This is also exploration that I'm doing today. You've seen how I had just painted the background, and then as I had painted it, that's when I got the idea of putting these shapes here at the bottom, and I'm just figuring it out. Okay, so I just dried it out with my hair dryer. Now it's nice and dry. So one thing that I'm really liking about these colors is how pigmented they are, how much color they have in them. Because normally when I mainly use Winsor & Newton watercolors, and when I use them to make landscapes like this, I have to apply a lot of layers and color. And then when I notice it when I dry it out, the colors that I have tend to become a bit more dull. Not super dull, but a bit more. And I always wish they had a bit more vibrancy, like they are when they are wet. But now realizing with these Roman Szmal is that they don't lose that much luminosity. And you've seen me paint. I didn't have to apply a lot of pigment, and I didn't have to do lots and lots of layers to already have the color shining through really, really brightly. It is very intense. I really like that, and I was thinking that maybe I should just consider making a full palette of the Roman Szmal and retire my Winsor & Newton ones, or only use those for exercises and things like that. But I think for bigger pieces, like pieces that I want to sell, that I'm really proud of, I think I will have to stick with these ones from now on. That shows you how much I'm really liking these paints. Okay, now I'm just going to do the last layer, and the last layer is just going to give it a bit of interest to the painting. Here I'm using the sheepish grey to give these trees a bit more contrast. Yeah, I'm really glad I got these 3 greens. I'm already enjoying using them a lot. Softening this harsh border here. Okay, so here it is, the final piece. I have really enjoyed painting with these colors. As you can see, they are very saturated. They have a lot of pigment. They are easy to reactivate. And just how they flow, how they granulate, they give you such beautiful effects. I am more than happy that I actually got them. I didn't think that I would enjoy them so much. And I know that on this painting I haven't even used half of my palette, but this is what I had in mind. I really wanted to try the greens, which is also why I bought these colors as well. So I think that if you like watercolors and you haven't tried them before, you should definitely try them. I'm not sponsored or anything, you know, my channel is very tiny and everything, so I just wanted to see how they worked. Again, I'm so happy that I got them. I feel like the possibilities are endless now, and I can't wait to create more. I can't wait to create more paintings, create more art with these colors. This was this week's video. I have a lot of footage that I have to work on now from another painting that I did previously. I'm not going to tell you what it is, so stay tuned. Anyways, this has been Tatiana. This has been fun, and as always, thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a great rest of your weekend. Have a good one.